over 100, almost 200, and I still get like.
Okay, I fought maybe 23 times professionally. Still get the butterflies.
Still get like.
Yeah, a little something.
It could go bad.
Yeah, it definitely could go real bad.
Like there's always that risk. Like
yeah.
This might be a quick night out. I'll go ahead and pull it mic real close and personal to you. Good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You look comfortable?
Yeah.
Yeah. You looking for me, you can find me at the spot. Chopping it up with Jonah, we talking about what's hot on the block. Up in Dago, man, we bumping. Keeping it confidential, you know this how we coming, we in front. Looking for that real, better tune in and stick by. Put on for the city every time that I dip by. Get into that gritty every time that we sit down. Promise you it's real every time that I get round. Come on. Been in the field playing, we work.
Welcome back, Barbershop. Let me do that again. Sorry. Welcome back, Barbershop Confidential, the podcast. Your boy Jonah. We back. Today we have my guest, Christina.
What's going on?
How you doing, Christina?
Good.
I like your shoes.
Thank you.
I'm a sneakerhead. So.
Yeah, I see. So am I.
Yeah, I like the mochas. All right.
Yeah.
My girl hit on those for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was mad because she didn't get them.
Oh,
but
wow.
I got them, which is all that matters. So
I went on stock and got them.
Yeah,
pretty penny. Yeah.
Those are.
Yeah.
What size you wear?
These are 7 and
in women.
No, on guys. So I'm 8.5.
Oh, 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, they're pricey then.
Yeah.
You paid a pretty penny.
Yeah.
Are you married?
I am.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What's up?
Can't tell from
Shout
my
out
Instagram.
to
I know that.
Right?
Yeah. Very private.
Nah, show off the king.
Queen.
Oh, queen. I'm sorry. That's my fault right there. No.
Okay.
My fault. I don't. It's funny because like I don't want to assume.
No, I know.
But then
it's all good.
It backfires sometimes.
Yeah.
My bad.
No.
Shout out to your queen. How long you been married?
We're just had 5 years on April 3rd.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
We just got married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in January.
Okay, well, congrats.
But we've been together for almost 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I made it
work. All right.
You are a professional mixed martial artist.
I am.
How long you been doing that?
Going on 16 years because my son's about to turn 16 in May, and I started 2 weeks after I had him. That's how I always know the time
2 weeks
frame.
after you had him?
Huh?
Isn't that a little soon?
I guess for some people, but
I
not
was like,
me.
yo, take it easier, or like, yo, set up the fight. Let's
go. 2 weeks I started training, and then 3 months later I had my first fight. But it was kind of
quick.
Soon. I know.
Damn, all right. Did you win?
Yeah. Well, those are amateurs, so I probably went professionally probably like 6 months later after that. But yeah, I won.
Damn, even that isn't that like a
quick. Well, because you think. Way back when they didn't really think female fighting was going to be big.
Oh, so they're kind of like
they're like,
pushing
just go whatever,
in?
Just go ahead, just do it.
Well, you want to be pro?
How big is it going to get for you? You know. But I started off Muay Thai and then switched into MMA.
Oh, that's what's up. So when was this though? How long? Oh, 16 years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn, you're right. Back then.
Yeah, no, female fighting wasn't that big.
I remember watching MMA, like the UFC 1.
Yeah.
I went and rented it on a cassette tape.
Oh, okay.
Because that was the only way you could watch them.
Oh, yeah.
At Blockbuster. And me and my a friend, we went and watched it, and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
Like, it was like Gladiator type. Because back the first one, I don't know if you watched them. There was no weight limit.
Oh, like so back in like Pride. Years, yeah.
It was just like style versus style.
Yeah.
It was like
and it just be going. Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu versus karate.
Right.
Who was the best until later on they started doing like weights and that's cool though. That's 16 years.
Yeah. Long time.
Was it hard to even find people to
fight?
Yeah, like
not really. Yes and no. In our beginning career, it was just more like Muay Thai, and then I used to fight a lot in Tijuana. So me and my the girl that I fought, we were the first sanctioned fight to ever go on at Auditorio. Mm-hmm. So that was a big deal because they never had a professional MMA girl fight because it wasn't allowed. So me and her was the first one, and then I think I was just getting in as it was getting bigger and then bigger. So. But once I got around, before I made the UFC, it was starting to get a little hard. And then they're like, oh, we're not going to fight. And then when I got in the UFC, it got a little easier.
Did you have to do the show?
I did do the show.
Oh, you did the show?
Yeah, I did.
I think you have that 26. In your bio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we opened up the 125 weight class.
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
Before that, it was like 105 or?
No, there was 135 only.
Oh, 135.
135. So it was.
It's kind of.
Yeah.
I would have thought they started lower, right?
135. And then they introduced us, which was 125. But yeah, I can't make 125.
I was gonna say you fight that way. You big for like.
I know. I'm
you're tall too.
Yeah, I walk around 154.
That's a big weight cut.
It's a big weight cut, and so a lot of people are like, "You didn't talk much on the show." I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm the bigger girl," and so I had to hold my weight so long during the show because you only get a day to like make weight and go. So I was like, I have to stay low the whole time. So I don't want to talk to you guys.
I thought it was because you didn't want like the bigger. They're like, she's the target.
No,
we gotta get her out of here.
because I'm tall. Well, no, we already was signed.
Oh,
so it wasn't. We were just seeing who's gonna win the belt. We were just opening up the weight class. So I guess a little less pressure because we got signed.
It wasn't like lose you're out.
Yeah, no. But if you lost, you didn't go for the belt.
Right.
Yeah. So I think it was Montana. She's the one that won the belt against Roxanne.
Has that season already come out?
Oh, it's been out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right,
now
right.
I don't know what season they're on. Maybe 30 something.
Oh,
yeah, I don't know.
How far did you get?
We went all the way. I was it semifinals?
Oh,
yeah.
okay. You were almost there.
Yeah.
How'd you lose?
I think it was an arm bar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you tap?
I had to. Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Some people don't want to tap.
We ain't gonna do that. And then I'll be
some
out
people
for
don't
real.
care about cartilage and all that.
No, we're gonna tap because then I'll be out for real. If I just tap, then I'll,
Yeah, that's true. I wonder how long the recovery for something like that is.
If it pops away, for an arm bar, it's gonna be your shoulder. I mean, or your elbow. So it's gonna take a while.
Fighting.
And after that, we went back home after the show, and then 2 months later, we were fighting in Vegas again. So if I would have been fighting.
Yeah.
So there goes my money.
For real, right?
They're like, no, you just tap. Unless it was like, if you're just getting choked out, you want to go sleep. I guess you can go sleep. You can wake up. But something breaking, like, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
We're going to tap.
Yeah. Whoa, I need that.
Yeah.
I need my elbow for this weekend. Chill out. That's dope. I love the UFC. When I first started seeing it, and then I moved to San Luis Obispo. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, actually, I lived out there.
Oh, for real?
For a little bit.
Yeah.
I tried to be a stay-at-home mom thing
That's
for
what's
like
up.
6 months. I was like, oh, this is slow.
Boring.
Came back to San Diego and just kept on my,
Are you from San Diego?
I'm from.
Born and raised?
Born and raised, yeah.
What school did you go to, if you don't mind me asking?
Patrick Henry.
Okay, so what is that, like East County?
Kind of. People
like
say that.
El Cajones?
No, it's in San Carlos.
No, that's far then.
San Carlos. No. By Cowles Mountain.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
right,
everyone knows that landmark,
Yeah.
but it's over by that side, yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that's not far then.
Yeah.
It's funny, I was just there like 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like I was
It's the high school by
from
there.
the high school, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's the high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was Patrick Henry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So when I went out there, I got a job as a bouncer at a club. But all the clubs had MMA, all the bouncers were MMA fighters.
I'm sure.
And like the bartenders were on the first season of Ultimate Fighter.
Oh, okay.
So they were like all bruised up. And like I came in not really knowing about it. I was like,
yeah.
you all right, bro? He's like, oh, it's from the show. I can't talk about it. They weren't allowed to, because they hadn't even come out yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, damn, did you win? He's like, I'm here, ain't I? Like, so no, you know, he's like, if I'm here back home.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's crazy. But like Chuck Liddell's from there. Mm-hmm. So he would be popping up at the bars.
Okay, yeah.
And that was in his, at his prime.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool to see that. But yeah, like the whole MMA, there's like a lot of them out there.
Yeah. What else is there to do though out there?
Yeah, nothing besides get drunk.
Get drunk or fight. Learn how to fight.
Chuck Liddell's coach, I think his name was like Huckleby or Huckle, something like that. I can't remember, but I worked with his daughter.
Oh, okay.
And she was like MMA, in the MMA too.
Oh, okay.
But she was saying that she's not going to take it as serious because there was not a future for them.
Oh. So
and now that
okay.
Yeah. This is like 04.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, 04. So, and then now, I mean, she could have been.
But I mean, how old was she back in 04?
She was probably like 20. She was working at a bar, so at least 22.
Oh, she could still be fighting right now, maybe. No, I don't know.
10?
No, I don't know.
2004? Yeah, 2000. That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I just realized how old I am. Yeah, so that was cool. The MMA, I got into it big time.
Yeah.
My favorite fighters in those times were like GSP.
Oh, I love GSP.
GSP was just because
so methodical and he's so good at his craft.
Just like a fucking athlete.
Yeah.
Like
he was one of my favorites. Yeah.
There was like this crazy stat that he spent like a total of 2 minutes on his back.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like in all his fights because it was just so hard to take down or keep down.
Yeah.
So I was just as an athlete, I was like, this guy's a stud.
Yeah. He was really good. A lot of people think that he was kind of boring, but
because he would take him down.
Yeah, or something. But I used to hear that. I'm like, oh, he's good.
But I mean, somebody trying to take him down was like almost impossible. So that's why I really liked GSP. He was dope.
Yeah.
Who did you? Okay, so you got into like mixed martial arts. Did you think like, oh, this is like a pastime until?
No,
because you couldn't have foreseen the future, or did you have an idea?
Not really. I was just. I've always been an athlete my whole life. I ran track and field for San Diego State. So being in sports and doing stuff wasn't like a big thing for me. I just always did it. But it was actually my son's father who's. I was at a fight or doing something. I was pregnant and I was like, man, I could see myself doing this.
He was a fighter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's
it was, he was like, I can't see you doing this. I'm like, what, me? I'm an athlete. What are you talking about? So at first it was just like, let me show him really quick. So after I had our son, I started going to his gym. And actually in the beginning, they were just like, what's she doing here? You know?
Cheer you on.
They were like, no. So they were like practice. It was like this little hole in the wall type of team. It was called Fight Ugly. And it was pretty much for just beating up each other. No skills, no nothing.
Nothing, just swing away.
Before they even let me practice with them, it was the Muay Thai instructor. He was like, I'll work with you, whatever. Because they kind of pushed me to the side. And that's how I got into more Muay Thai than anything. And then they needed a sparring partner. And he was like, get Christina in. She's actually pretty good. And I remember this guy, I whooped him. Yeah. And then also I took a couple of good punches too, but I just kept going forward. And that's a real thing too. Like what happens when it all goes bad? What happens when you get rattled? What
for the first time?
For the first time, yeah. Well, it wasn't the first time, but like, yeah. I mean, I've been in some fights. I live in East Dago growing up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But that's the true test if you can be a fighter or not. A lot of people like who I train now, and I have people that fly in to train with me. They're like, "Would you think I could be a fighter?" Or this. I'm like, honestly, I got to see you spar. I want to see when it goes all wrong. I don't care when it looks all right.
Yeah.
I want to see when it goes all wrong. What happens to you? Do you just like
shut down,
whatever? Because I'll take someone who doesn't shut down and just keeps on going. Then you can't teach that, and that's what you really need in fighting.
You have to just be like power through that shit.
That is more of a mental game than anything.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
So people will look good as soon as they get hit. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Run along.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's not that easy.
Just to get to like that level too is so difficult.
Yeah.
There's so many. And then how do you stand out amongst all those?
And I don't think, I'm not, and I know this about myself and even a lot of my coaches do. I'm not a good ticket sell.
No?
No.
Oh.
And I know.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Is it like a personality thing, or is it you too quiet?
Mm-hmm. That I don't talk crap. Obviously I don't even cuss. And in the off, like if you see my social media, I'm most of the time like closed. Like I'm not really out there like that, so I'm not gonna sell it. But if my person who I'm fighting can sell more of that way, but I'm just about fighting. Yeah.
Have you thought about making a switch, or like? It just reminds me of what's his name, Kobe Covington.
Oh, uh-huh.
How he was gonna get cut.
Yeah.
And then they're like, "You're boring, dude. Like you can fight, but you're boring."
Yeah.
And then he picked up this like horrible persona, but
no,
I don't
like care that much.
No. You're like, I'm good.
No, I'm good. And also because you got to think about the afterlife of fighting. Like what this personality is going to bring for you afterwards, you know? I know nothing against what a lot of girls do or whatever. There's a lot of OnlyFans. There's a lot of stuff going out there. And it's
the fighters?
Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're lying.
Yes, I can tell you all of them.
They would list them right here.
All of them that do it, but I don't mean, and they're very just out there in a way. And again, I have a son. And all his friends kind of follow me. So that's a big thing as well. I have after school programs and summer programs in Ontario, California. I'll go around schools and talk. So, yeah.
No.
I'm not selling all that. I'm selling something different. Yeah.
It's better to be known as like, hey, his mom will beat your ass.
Yeah, pretty
Instead
much.
of
I don't
like,
play.
You peep her.
Yeah. I definitely don't play. So one of my coaches like, you pack your lunch. Basically, I'm just in there to work. And after that, I'm out.
That's what's up. Go home to regular life.
Yeah.
After knocking some heads, you're all like, babe.
Yeah.
That's dope. I didn't know that. I've had seen, like, you know, when they do the face off and the weigh-ins, like, there'll be one or two that's like in lingerie. And it's like,
that was never me.
for sure, she's like selling some titty pics.
Yeah.
Or some shit.
But to each his own is good. You know, whatever, do what you got to do to sell it, you know. But for me, it's more about the after.
Plus, you're married.
Yeah, but even before, like, I started fighting way before that, and it was a long time I wasn't married, and that's just never been me. I just been always very reserved.
Oh, that's conservative.
Yeah.
Oh, is that like your upbringing?
I don't know, not really.
No?
Just kind of been that way. Yeah.
Plus, I'm pretty sure, like, since you've been in it for a while now, like, you're at least over 30.
Yeah, I'm 38.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Like, I think... Because I'm 41, so like our generation probably is just like that's like the young folk.
Yeah. But I mean, there's even a couple who are my age, and I'm all, girl, what are you doing? But whatever, do what you got to do.
I think it's crazy with like the ones that like no shame, like if you do it. At first, I didn't get it. Now I you know make your money, but like the kids, you know, like the bullying, like they already call out like your mama's a hoe, and it's like now they got receipts.
Yeah.
It's like,
like I can see your mama. I see you. Yeah,
you're not beating those allegations, though. Like they got receipts,
right?
That's crazy to me, but I mean, make your money, ladies.
Yeah, for
you know?
sure. I don't hate on.
I just learned because you're a trainer too.
Yeah,
like you do.
I run my
physical
own business.
training.
Yeah, X marks the spot.
Shout out to Angelica. How I found you.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's a personal trainer.
Oh, okay.
And she was doing. There's like a famous gym here in San Diego. It's Red.
What is it called?
It's like All Red. I don't want to say the name. It's like they have multiple ones in there. Okay. They're like the interior is all red. All the weights are red. All the like benches are red. And, I'll say it, but I'll believe.
That's what it is. Yeah, they asked for me to come there before, and
she used to work there, and she tells me that all the trainers have OnlyFans. Oh, yeah. She's like, and it's just drama, like you know, like over dudes, and it's like, it's cool to sell it, but like, do your, you know, you're professional still. Yeah, for sure.
Definitely wouldn't be me. I'm very out of the drama. I'm like, even someone talks to me, I don't care. I really don't care.
Plus, I mean, I'm pretty sure they think twice. Yeah. You know, like, nah, leave Christina alone.
Probably not.
See the hoops. Yeah. I know. Yeah, you don't want that smoke, man.
For sure.
Do you get like I was just curious, do you get like not people to challenge you, but they kind of want to push you?
Yes. And it's mostly military guys. Yeah, especially in San Diego.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I think
well, I mean guys like, all right, bro, like
is military guys and they're young. So I know PB, when the sun goes down, I need to go home because like, she's Christina Mark, she's a fighter or whatever. And like, I went to Iraq, blah, blah. Cool, bro. I don't care. Like, good, you know, like, and they're trying to challenge that they're tougher or something like, and try to I'm like, yo, and there's been a lot of times that I have had to show who was a little tougher.
Triangle choke in the middle of a bar?
I've choked a few, or I'll just hit them and then they'll go and then whatever. I don't do that anymore because I got in big trouble.
Woman.
Well, because I got in big trouble.
Especially because since you're a professional, right?
Yeah, that's why I got in big trouble, and I can't.
Did they put your license at risk? Is there a license to fight?
Well, you are a licensed fighter. It's not like everyone's like, oh, your hands are registered. No, that's a myth. I learned that when I was going through the course and I was getting in trouble. They're like, what? But you are a registered fighter. Yeah. So I did get in trouble for it. I was looking at 8 years
in jail.
Yeah, and so and this one was against a girl. a confrontation. She came up to me like whatever, and
did she know who you were?
I don't think she did.
Oh, she was just on some froggy shit.
Yeah, and it was a misunderstanding.
Sorry if I cuss. Does it bother you?
No, not at all.
You say you don't cuss.
I only cuss during practice when I mess up. It's crazy. Anyway, I hit her. The second hit was what got me in trouble. I walked off, and then when I guess she was on the ground, they rushed her to the hospital, and police were asking what happened, and they're like, "Oh, the professional fighter Christina did it."
What happened to no snitching?
Yeah, and then it was outside of F6. I don't know if you know F6.
Yeah.
But this is probably like, I want to say 7-8 years ago. So 6 months later, I had a knock on my door.
First of all, I already know what kind of crowd is at F6.
Yeah, and it was like I'm literally talking to my boy, and I think she was trying to get at him or something like that, and I'm all, what? And I'm just talking, whatever, and she's trying to talk over me. I'm like, I'm not trying to get at him as my boy, and then I don't know what happened really, and she was in my face. She swung but missed, and then I hit her, went over her, and hit her again, and that was the
so the first
finisher.
one's like self-defense.
I can't even do that though.
Oh.
Yeah, so as a fighter, as I'm learning, we know how to get out of a situation with a civilian, whatever, and we should be able to get out of that and walk away.
Are you allowed to at least hold them, contain them, so they don't
just
swing
make
on you?
sure, as long as they don't have any bodily harm or anything like that afterwards, then you're fine. But that was not good for me.
Damn.
So yeah, I was in and out of court for like a year. It was like the
scary.
worst, very extremely scary.
Especially,
I did like everything. Like I remember my brother was like, "You did everything perfect your whole life," and then
one night.
So I do try to talk to kids and like my son as well. And like, look, it took like one thing to get me out of character for 15 seconds, and my life could have been over. But then I didn't let it define me, and I end up taking a plea. And I took a felony with a strike, so I wouldn't see any jail time.
You took a strike.
I took a strike, and that was the only way to not see any jail time. And I did 6 months of house arrest, and then I just grinded out and like just trained so much. This will let me train. This will let me do everything. And then I went on a 3-fight winning streak after that, and then landed on the UFC. So I kind of just said, but I made sure when I was on the show, that they didn't tell that story because I'm very private, and I didn't want that to be my story.
Yeah, because then they would have painted you like the bad girl.
Yeah, so I was just, we're not going to say that. No,
Did you have to tell them like? Hey,
yeah, they had to see everything. They were on the fence about bringing me in because of it.
Oh.
But then they had all my references, they had everything, and so they allowed me to come in.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You think that, I know it's gonna sound weird, but like a blessing in disguise almost? Because those 6 months you got to like.
Yeah, just really train and focus.
Sat down and was like, yo, I could have lost all
And
this.
it was also a thing too, because there were so many times that I'll be like, man, be quiet. And like, well, who's doing that? Like, Christina, just stop doing that,
yo,
And I think it kind of happened from
hug.
back in like high school where I was a star athlete. I would do stuff and I wouldn't get in trouble. And they'll let me just like, I'll just sit in here really quick. You're not in trouble.
Oh.
So it kind of just happened. And you see that in like a lot of athletes. Or
kind of like a privilege thing.
And that shouldn't have been, So it was a lesson learned for me. Now I know, like, I do sometimes come off intimidating, especially if I'm not wearing, like, if I'm not covered up. You see all, like, the muscles and the tattoos.
Yeah.
The tattoos, the muscles. And so I'm like, I try to smile a little more so people don't feel threatened. Because one thing about me, I'm not a punk. But I don't want someone to feel threatened with me and try to puff off their chest because I know how I am. So I just want to just diffuse the situation before they feel threatened or want to show who's boss, whatever. So I'm very like,
I can see that because you seem friendlier on social media. Like then in person you do give off like this like it's like intimidating factor. I was like, it was just Doug.
I think you got to get to know me a little bit more. And I'm like, I'm super nice, I think. But I think my first impressions are probably not the best.
Plus you got like the what is it, the RBF?
Yeah. I'm a little quiet.
But it's the quiet ones that you have to look out for, you know what I mean? Like,
that's what Eddie Alvarez said.
Yeah.
He was my coach on the Ultimate Fighter show. And our necklaces are mic. And I remember you have to do something with your team.
Those are mics?
Those are mics,
Sorry, that's what's up.
And he was like, oh, we should go to a gun range. We do blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I can't go to the gun range because of being that it just happened. And I was like, and so I hold my mic. I was like, hey, I can't go. And he was like, why? And I'm like, well, he was like, quiet ones are always the ones. And he was like, all right, we'll do something else. So I'm like, all right.
I thought you can't just own one.
During the first 2 or something years, I can't be around or go to gun range or anything like that.
Now you can't. You just can't purchase one.
Yeah.
Or vote.
Yeah, well, actually,
you can vote now?
The prop passed in California. It was a couple of years ago, where if you done all your stuff, because it was actually like someone like me. I mean, I deserve a right to vote. I did everything I was supposed to do, paid all my dues, and so California passed that prop.
That's what's up.
You must have didn't vote for that one, huh? Since you don't remember.
I did not.
You were like, no, they do not deserve to vote.
those fucking things come in and straight to the trash. Yo, you need to burn
everyone
something?
that did say yes to that, because now I can vote.
I'm not a voter. Like when it comes to politics, I'm like, well, the thing I still gotta go to work.
The most important ones are the ones in California
the local
in
ones.
here. And that's because county. Those local ones actually was the one that really affected me. And so now I can vote because of at least the California one. It's not everywhere, but at least in California it is.
I did vote. When was that one?
I want to say it was like 4 years ago.
No, maybe. No, it wasn't. It was more recent because my friend.
Maybe even like, no, like 2 years ago. It was like a small, like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because one of my boys had he had kidney failure. And there was like a.
How long was COVID?
That was 4 years ago.
Okay, so maybe 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Yeah. It was around that time.
There was like a bill where they were gonna like get rid of some dialysis centers.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, yo, like, and he was like, yo, please vote. So I did, but I wasn't on the same one, right? And if it was, I
do remember that one.
I think it would have just been that.
I do remember that because people were going around having signatures about that. Yeah, so I do remember that. Yeah. So those are the most important ones because those affect, your friends.
I'm like 100% ignorant to like. I literally get them on here like, bro, I don't care.
But those are important because especially for governors here and or any governor, those are people who will eventually maybe become a Senate. And if you don't know anything about politics, you want to make sure. I know, so the Senates, those are people who make the choices. Yeah. Pretty much, people think it's the president, but it's usually a Senate that says yes or no with those things.
House,
So if you have more liberals or conservatives, you want to make sure. Change that goes up.
I think was it like 2016 when Trump won?
What are we now?
2020. It's 2016.
Okay,
I think that whole event kind of like spoiled the whole politics for me. I'm just like,
why did you vote?
No.
Oh, so why did it spoil it for you?
The whole like. Oh, okay. You're either here or here.
Oh, I see. And how everyone,
It was like
So who'd you vote for?
Yeah, you're like Crip or Blood. Like, and I was like, yo, like I'm neutral. I didn't like it, so then now I'm just like, I'd rather be in the middle and like, see what's what before. I'm not going to declare like.
Yeah, I'm in the middle. What they call it, the Green Party. I'm in the middle. So there's some stuff, conservative stuff, and I'm going to go liberal. I'm like right in the middle. There's some stuff I agree with Trump. There's sometimes I don't. Just. Yeah,
like the whole. I wish like gun laws were looser here. But they're are more looser.
Why?
Because I feel like everybody should have like the ability to like. I don't know, protect themselves and carry like.
Let's talk about that because I'm the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
I have a friend.
I think that can be fine. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So they can never get rid of all guns. I think we can agree on that. Even if they went house to house and took them. Just like drugs, somebody's going to find a way to get them. And the people getting them that way aren't the people that we want having them. Okay. So I think that in a case of emergency, we should be able to protect ourselves against those people. I'm not saying I got to protect myself against somebody who knows how to use them correctly or went the right way to get the gun. Yeah. Because they know the risk. So it's the people who can get them illegally. They're just going to be around and they're going to have the advantage because they don't care. They don't care about laws.
And I think the reason why I'm against like the whole, I just think that gun control should be better in like other states, because the states that are more loose or lax about having them, that's where we're having most of the shootings and you hear about. And I feel that there should be more gun control, more regulation. Like, how does an 18-year-old can just go and purchase a gun? Besides than just, oh, you don't have any priors or anything like that. Well, what's this? Let's have a talk with a like psychiatrist first. Like a mental thing. And then let's say an adult, let's say you go and buy one, but let's have an interview with everyone in the household. Because even though you have a gun, it may be in a safe spot, but you never know. Let's say you have a son that just not mentally there or like whatever, and they get a hold of it. So it's everyone in the household as well. I just think it's just way too easy to get. And usually it's like, oh, Billy got the gun from his dad, and Billy was the one that was mad because someone said you're ugly. I don't know. No,
I agree 100% with like there should be a stricter way to get it.
Yes.
Right.
If it was that,
then in those states that you're talking about where they can just go to the store like at Walmart, like that one right there, and like no 10-day waiting period.
Right.
Like, yo, you didn't even ask him for his ID? Like, what are we doing? Like, what if he's like nuts? Like, what if he just caught his wife cheating? Like, what are we doing?
Exactly.
That I don't agree. Like, I just think I agree with that. They just need to stricten how to get it, but still have the ability to get it.
Then I'm fine with that. I just, if there was just something more implemented better, then
But the thing is, like, those people who really like guns and stuff, they want less. You know, like they want like you should be able to get it like buying a can of soda or something. It's like
no.
You bugging, because it's like, oh, I want to buy that gun. Why?
Like why do you have one AK? No, I'm playing no.
Like now, and it's like, whoa, hey, why do you need it now? What's the rush? Overnight shipping? You know, it's like we need to. I think there has to be a balance.
Oh, for sure.
Of like what you can and can't do and stuff like that, but. That's funny. My friend is super against, like, he sends me things like, oh, could this have prevented? I'm like, come on, bro. Like, what I'm just saying is like, okay. My thing is like, people who break the law don't care what the law is. Like, you can ban them, they don't care. Just like drugs aren't allowed, they get them regardless. Like, it's just one of those things that's always gonna find its way on the street. For sure. So.
Or I know my son went to they went shooting somewhere with him and his dad just to learn how, like, because what if he's at someone's house and he thinks he can just play with it? So I think they should, understanding how to like use it and know like it's not a toy and stuff like that. The seriousness, So that should be important too. Yeah.
That also, I mean, do you think there's some type of like responsibility on the parent too?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because some parents are like, yeah, go ahead, grab it.
Hell no. No, they should go and go to the field, do something. I think that's what they did. They're riding quads, and then they learn how to use a gun. So that's what they did. Yeah.
It's important to understand. Like, like even the first time I went shooting, I was like, yo, this is for real. Like, this thing can end somebody's life.
I went to the before. I got in trouble gun range before.
Oh, okay.
And my accuracy is not that. I don't think my eyesight's that good. I was like, woo, it is all over the place.
It's a thing we can't give you a gun. Just like all over the place. She airing it out. She was trying to hit the target. I don't know what happened. But no, I think it's I know it's like controversy, but I just think we should have the ability to, because there's people out there who have it and it's like, damn, they don't care. You know, like, did you see, I don't know if you watched like Dago TV, like two kids like started shooting at these two guys in downtown.
No.
Like in front of the cops.
Oh no, I didn't hear.
They didn't even care, but they weren't even like using just mindlessly
Where
shooting.
Where the heck did they get the gun? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. So
they say they came, like, where the heck did they get it? Like, where are these parents at? Like, oh my
Walmart, Arizona.
Oh my God. Right?
I mean, it's just a scary time though.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And
your son's 16.
He'll be 16 in May.
Oh, that's all coming up.
Yeah.
So how's that? Being a
he's
mom
great.
of a teenager.
Yeah, he's great. I think it's more me trying to figure out how to let go. I still see baby. I still see, my little puppy. I'm just glad I have a boy instead of a girl.
Really? I want a girl.
Really? No.
Yeah.
No.
No?
No. Because I have a couple of friends that have girls. And I'm like, what are they saying, doing in the sass? No. No, and like they want to get there, like, and I'm super tomboy, you know, so I don't know.
You can't relate.
Yeah, you want to do what? But actually, I have a goddaughter, so I kind of get my fixes with that. I get her a lot. She's 7. She's actually my son's sister. So me and his dad are best friends.
Oh, you guys still cool?
We're super cool.
That's
so
what's
she's my goddaughter. I'm actually going to her.
You're
Facebook.
your ex's daughter's godmother.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah.
I now I got questions. Girl. How's the mom feel about that?
Oh no, her name's Nicole.
Shout out
she's
Nicole.
great. I know she's good. She's like the best person for him.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
we're all cool. I remember for his 40th, like 2 years ago, we all went to Vegas together.
Oh, so
yeah, we do most of like all our holiday stuff together, just to be like our family together. So our kids don't really know much of a difference. It is.
Oh, that's what's up. That's
I
good.
remember when she was pregnant and I went to the baby shower. And me and his dad kind of resemble each other. And they're like, oh.
What?
Yeah, because we're both light-skinned.
Okay, right.
And I don't know, we look like we can be siblings. They're like, oh, we're so happy his sister came down. I'm like, nah. I'm actually...
His baby mama.
Yeah, I'm actually our son's mother. They're like, oh. They're like, I'm just here for... And actually, I think my mom came to the baby shower.
So we got to talk about this family dynamic.
Yeah, very modern family. And there's times when like I can't make the game. My son, because my son's a soccer player, he will go, and then my wife will go, and they'll take them two are together. They're like, no, and it's a whole weird. And eventually, they
a lot
start
of
getting
explaining
it.
to do. Are you Hispanic?
I am.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm Mexican and Creole.
In Creole.
Yeah.
I've never heard that combo before.
Yeah.
Is Creole kind of like African descent?
Oh yeah, it's Black, Indian, and French.
Yeah,
and
yeah, okay,
Spaniard.
all right,
It's like
all
a
right.
mixture. They speak patois.
Oh.
Yeah, a lot of them they can be in, majority of them are in Louisiana. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But just depends on what type of Creole you are. My dad's more the Spaniard one.
Oh,
yeah,
so it's
you
like
gotta figure-
how they grew up.
What do you like? Which one? Like who raped your ancestors to get you that one? And
That went dark.
yeah.
And your mom was Mexican?
Yeah.
That's what's up. And they're both from San Diego?
My dad's from Louisiana.
Oh.
Yeah, and then my mom was from Bakersfield, but I think they both moved out here, and then that's where they met when they were young.
That's what's up.
And my dad moved back to Louisiana probably a couple of years ago.
Oh, it's hot as fuck out there. Have you been out there?
Twice, yeah.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, I mean, different. Yeah, very country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I feel like I just stick out like a California when, like, especially when I order certain things. They're like, what? Or if it's like really, I'll wake up really early and go for a run, and I'm like on someone's lawn or something. Just looking at me
like,
crazy.
get off
What's
my
this
property,
girl?
like
What is this girl running in like 90 degrees? But I'm used to like cutting weight in the sauna,
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't mind the hot.
heat?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. That's cool though. That a very cool background.
Yeah. I was raised more with my grandmother, so more on like the Hispanic side, because my mom was 16 when she had me. One of
she was
those,
young.
very young. So they're more like brothers and sisters.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's not even weird though.
Yeah, they're like
For, like, Mexican culture.
Yeah, so I was raised more with my grandma. She's from Zacatecas, and like
what's
very like more on touch with that side.
So
yeah.
you're fluent in Spanish?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And you speak what was the Creole?
I don't speak Patois. No.
Okay.
But his dad. So my son is Mexican, Puerto Rican, and
His
Creole.
dad's Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
All kinds of attitudes. What's your son think about you being a fighter? Like if
him,
you
it
come
was-
home like
No, well, because you had to think that I started when he was a baby, so
he's
it was
seen it
such
his
it was
whole
so
life, yeah.
natural for him. He was in practice. I remember my coach just having him here, like bouncing him while I'm practicing. He'll see me bloody. Get up, come on. So it was just so natural for him. He was just whatever. There's times because my nose is fractured, so anytime someone hits it, it'll move. So when I'll come home, he's like, "Got hit in your nose, huh?" I'm like, "Damn it," you know.
keep your hands up, mom.
He's done a Muay Thai fight, MMA fight, and jiu-jitsu as well.
Oh, so he's in the mix too.
Yeah, he's a little pretty boy, but especially like he is not the one to test though. Like he knows.
okay.
But I mean, he's been going to the same district. So when I went on the show, everyone it aired and he was on it as well. So everyone since elementary knows who I am. So a lot of people just don't say much to him. They're probably thinking like, oh, he probably can fight too. Yeah.
Guess what? He can. Has he started I'm sorry, I don't know if it's triggering. I always ask all my friends with like teenage kids.
Started dating?
Yeah.
He did have this one little girlfriend.
Damn, even the way you said it, this one little girlfriend.
And it was so funny because I would never say her name. I would say little girl. So she would like, oh, can you drop me off? Little girl wants to meet up at the whatever. Because he wouldn't say, because I didn't want to hear the name. And they went to like a different school. Kids talk now on Snapchat. They don't talk like on like a regular number thing. Like text, they on Snap. So that's how they met on Snapchat.
Oh, they met on Snapchat.
Something like that.
That's
and they
what's
went
up.
she went to like Claremont. He goes to Patrick Henry, and but he's an athlete, and so he didn't have a lot of time, so that kind of broke off, and he's just like whatever. Yeah, I'm like she was nice, but the way he broke up with her though, I kind of chewed him out though. Even though it wasn't about the relationship.
I was gonna say, you can't be like little girl and then be mad when he gets.
Well, I want to teach him right as well. Like I'm like whatever. I just always say girls are distractions, and he was like, well, I'm a straight A student, so they're not that much of a distraction. See, I'm like, God damn it, you're right.
Got you with the sass too.
He's just like me. Like it's crazy. But the way he did it, I was like, yo, Poppy, like even though it wasn't about this whole girlfriend thing, whatever, the way you broke up with them was bad. Broke up with her was bad. I'm like, you did a TikTok with some other girl or whatever, and she was like, what's this? Like, and he was like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out. And I was like, don't you ever do that. I'm like, now I'm sure.
I thought it was like a text, like, yo, no, we done, baby girl.
And then she was just like, what's going on? He was like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. Through a text after she seen a TikTok, and I was like, yo, bro, like
that was faulty.
I was like, I think so highly of you. This girl's probably crying with their parents because we met the parents or whatever. And now they're probably consoling the little girl and probably think my son's a little dickhead. Like,
I mean, low key. Like,
yeah. I was like, don't do that. I'm like, you have a sister. What if someone did that to your sister? He was like, yeah, that's my, he was like, all right. I'm like, when you have another girlfriend again, I'm like, he was just dragging it out. I'm like, they're going to hate you regardless. You might as well let them hate you and respect you at the same time, just end it. And don't drag it out.
That's funny. Like, even him being young, because I was just talking to like another guest that I had that like, as men, we don't even want to like deal with like the sadness part of it. So we want to be the bad guy and be like, so they can just be mad at us. Because it's easier to deal with somebody who's mad than sad. And he's like already learned that. Yeah.
I'm like, just break it off, bro. Like, why are you
toxic and like DNA?
No, I'm like, don't do that. Don't do. He's like, all right.
No, that's pretty cold.
Yeah, I'm like, don't do that again, please don't.
I'm over here like he probably was like, yo, we're done in a text message.
And now he's just like, nah, I'm just seeing what's out there. I'm like, whatever. A little popular kid. He's like, yeah.
That falls on you though. You got to teach him.
I know.
That's dope. What does dad say about that?
His dad was like, well, let's just see what happened, whatever. And I'm like, I said what I don't know what he said to him. We have our whole like different ways of communicating. Okay. Yeah. I don't know what he was probably like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I said, I think he's like, play the field, Poppy. Like, like, oh my God.
So I gotta keep him rotation.
Oh my God. But the thing is, I was the last one to know. He didn't want to tell me. He told his dad. He told his stepmom, like even all of them. And then
he was probably scared.
Yeah, he was just like, I just think you care. I'm like, why would you think I wouldn't care? He was like, I don't know. I just didn't want to tell you. And I'm all, what? So yeah.
I mean, I was terrified. As far as my mom knew, I didn't have no girlfriend. Like,
she don't even know you're married. No,
yeah, I was like when we'd be around her, I was like, I'm waiting for the ring to like become a man, and she was like, look at me like, you dumb.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't know.
Oh my God.
I didn't like having girls around her. Like, my mom was judgy.
Oh.
So I was always afraid that she wouldn't approve.
Got it.
So I'd be like, on the hush.
Yeah. He probably thinks the same thing.
It's hard because, like, I don't know, like my dad died when I was young. So she was like my parent, a single parent the whole time. So I don't know, like, not disappointing her was kind of like a big thing. So, and so she was protective too. I mean, she didn't train MMA, but
and we're extremely close too. Mom was boy, so yeah.
That's I hope it stays that way.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Because after a certain point, he's like, all right, mom.
Well, he's kind of, teenager. He's kind of like, But there's times where like going snowboarding, doing stuff. Good thing that I kind of a cool mom. I don't know, so I can do snowboarding with him and his friends, and we'll do stuff like that.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's cool. I saw he's on your screensaver, right?
Oh yeah,
he got the curls. He got the
he is on my screensaver.
That's dope. Would you have more kids, or are you done?
No.
The way you said that. Wifey's like, what?
No. I honestly never thought I wanted any kids ever. And because I helped raise my brother, who's he's like 5 years younger than me, and it was just a lot. So I was like, no, I don't want to, and also being the oldest in the Hispanic family.
You were kind of like a mom early.
The whole time I gotta cook, I gotta clean, I gotta like bring him to practice, I gotta do it all. And I was like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'm already doing it all the time. And when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, well, you know what? And I think honestly, me and his dad just kind of got together in path just to become those co-parent, and then that was it.
Oh, for real?
That's what I honestly think, because we were horrible together.
Fighting all the time and shit.
Kinda. And he was like, and it's probably because I'm so dominant as well, and it was kind of a constant battle with the guy.
Kind of like alpha?
Yeah, and he's like, what? And I'm, what? Yeah. So no, and then also my son's about to be 16 to do it all over again, start all over.
Yeah.
Nah, when he's off to college, I'll just be 40. I'm just
chilling.
I'm chilling, yeah. Yeah, because I had him at 23 after college. So I was like, yeah, I think honestly he wants to go to school in Florida. So I'm probably going to move to New York.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Why New York?
Well, I go out there quarterly. I'm on an app called Light Sport. So I just came back from New York, and there's just for trainers and everything that I do. Like I fly out, they fly me out there to the Oculus, the Meta.
Yeah.
So I'm on there, so I can be your trainer in home,
that's what's up.
virtually. So I go out there and I do that, and so many more opportunities are out there. So I was like, and trainers make way more out there.
Oh.
Yeah. So I
wonder why. Is it like, I was gonna say not money wise, because San Diego is pretty like I don't want to say like it's pretty rich out here, and in some areas.
It's a small town feel though. Like it's so like than New York. It's so like here it gets saturated. Everyone's a freaking trainer nowadays. I'm like, I just trained you like a year ago. Now you a trainer? I think that's crazy because people were like, just because you like to work out does not mean that you're a trainer now. Like I did my certs, I did my stuff. It's not just about working out.
Yeah.
Like I'm so much more than just about work.
Like my programs in the link in the bio.
Yeah. Like no. But anyway, so I probably feel like I'm just gonna move to New York. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
for my vibe too.
I like New York.
Yeah.
I like the fast pace.
Yeah,
my
so
wife
do I.
hates it.
Oh, I'm
we
more
went out there.
She's like, fast pace, no BS. Can't you tell about me? I'm like, yeah. I'm like,
and like she's like, I like space, and like out there the apartments are like tiny.
Yeah, but if you guys are thinking about starting a family, I wouldn't say go out there.
No. We're actually thinking about moving somewhere else, more spacious.
Yeah, okay.
But no, but I love New York. I told my mom. I've even told her like if I was single.
Yeah,
that's where I'd be. Yeah. Be in New York, just living life.
Yeah, for sure.
Put me in a small ass apartment. I don't care.
Yeah, it is. Even the hotels out there are small. I'm like, what the heck is this?
Yeah. We stayed in one that was like the bed and the wall. I was like,
so close, right?
I was like, how'd you put two beds in here?
That's all it is. And then the
big ass bathroom, like this architect is.
It's completely like that.
And your wife's cool with moving?
I hope so.
I told her. She's like, we'll see.
Yeah. She says, yeah. So we'll see. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I like how you just make plans. You're like, if you come, you come. Like
yeah.
That's how I like. I be making plans and not even tell my wife. Like right now, I was at the barbershop and they're like, "Hey, you down to go to Vegas?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's."
Yeah. And
I came home and I was like, "Oh, I might go to Vegas on, a couple of weeks." And she's like, "All right."
Yeah.
Which can be like disrespectful.
Is it?
I don't know. People have told me that,
Oh.
You got the other side who are like, oh, wait, you don't run things through your. I'm like, I'm still an individual. Like,
yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I'll be like, oh, I'm going to do this, whatever. And she's like, okay. As she can as well. Like,
yeah, right.
I'm like, I'm not the person like, oh, can I go? Or is it cool?
Imagine.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
I was like, I left my mom alone.
Yeah, like, you want to go? I mean, if it worked, like, I'm not saying, I don't know.
I mean, every relationship has their dynamics.
Yeah, for sure.
Respect your dynamic.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own. Like she told me the other day, she's like, "Oh, I'm going to Miami to see my best friend." I was like, "Dope."
Yeah. I think that's cool though, because that just means, to me, my perspective, that just means you guys are confident in your relationship. You guys are confident in each other. You don't have to be like, "Oh, well," you know, like that's cool. And you guys are individuals, because you don't want to just be like, I don't know, like the whole, like, I get we're united, but we don't have to have our whole life united like that, you know?
I was watching this video, and it was a divorce attorney, and he says that the biggest, like, in his opinion, the biggest mistake couples make is that they expect their partner to be their everything, their lover, their best friend, their therapist, their, you know, their going out friend, like, and so then when they can't live up to all those needs, that, you know, it starts to crumble. And I was like, damn, I could see that. Like, you need to have your best friend. Yeah. But you can have your spouse or partner. Right. And then, you know, you're going out friends. Like, you can have different people. And then I was like, it's the same thing as, like, you don't go to your lash lady for your nails. Right. Because then, she, you know, she don't do that. Yeah.
It's just different. Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. I was like, that's, so I like our relationship where do your thing. And
I think for me and my wife, we kind of bumped heads because that's the way I am, and I don't think she was like that.
Oh, she had to adapt.
She had to adapt because I've been very independent, very about me, very like how I am, and then when she came aboard, it was more, I think she was used to the other person is like they intertwine everything, and I was telling her, I'm like, you're a female, but you're not one of the girls. And that is a different. You're my wife, but you're not one of the girls.
All right, you're going to have to, what do you mean by that?
Meaning like, it's a girls trip. I get that you a girl, but you ain't one of the girls. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're not on those girls.
Like, you are not on the group chat. Like, you know, like when we talking. So I'm going to go, you know, and I think in the beginning, she was just like, well, I don't understand why. Well, because is this...
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like why can't I go? And like I'm like, well, it's a girls' trip. You don't see them bringing their significant other, and I get that you're a female. Yeah. But you're not one of the girls.
So it's pretty much like it's a boys' trip. Like, why would you want to come on a boys' trip, but in just like a girls' trip? Yeah, like your group of friends.
Yeah. But I'm like, you're my wife. You're not one of the girls, and I will say, unless you want to be one of the girls, we can switch it out. Like, you know? So I think she had to really figure it out. We kind of like in the middle, and I'm like, you got to find your individual out. You know, she was a professional soccer player for the national team, Olympic gold medalist. She's actually throwing out the first pitch next Friday.
That's dope.
Yeah, but that kind of like when people retire from their sport, sometimes they lose who they are.
Because they were so focused on that one.
Yeah, and then they're like, who am I without that? Yeah. So it was like that, and here I am doing all this other stuff, and I think she's felt lost.
Is she older?
Yeah, like 2 years older than me.
I'm just thinking like, because she's already like hit her like milestones. Yeah. And where you're still kind of like climbing to get.
But there's so many, there could be so many milestones 100%, in your life. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to tell them. Like, that's not the end of your chapter. Like me making the UFC, that's it. That's all I'm gonna do. No, like, there's so many other avenues. Like not even just with fighting. Like I mean, COVID even showed people. Let's take the thing that you're best at, and you can't do it at all. Are you gonna survive or do something else? Do you know who you are without doing that best thing? Someone can take fighting away from me right now, and I'm still good. Yeah, because I don't identify myself as that. People might see me as a fighter or whatever, however you identify me, but I don't identify myself as that. Right. Like I'm solid in myself, you know. So some people lose that.
COVID did teach a lot of people. I was watching this comedian. He said that he was doing like these MTV shows. Yeah. And he was making like 100K a year. And then they took him away. Yeah. And he's I went from making 100K to 4,000 in a whole year, which is bad. But I was like, bro, you did nothing else? 4K?
What? Like, what were you doing?
You ain't got no hustling?
Like, I'm like, COVID showed who was the real hustlers or not. Bro, like, yo.
You couldn't do nothing.
You couldn't figure out nothing.
Come on. Like, in a year, that's crazy.
COVID was actually cool for me. Like, so I used to work for the UFC gym. It was a corporate gym.
That's the one in North Park?
There's one it was one in Mission Valley. They closed that one after COVID. But I kind of traveled to different ones. And then when they shut it down because it was corporate, we started getting unemployment. And I'm like, I'm just going to stack this. But then I had a friend where I'm at right now. He was like, hey, you come here, bring your people here, just help me with the rent. And I've always wanted to branch off on my own. So I was like, you know what? This is my opportunity, you know? So I will just doing that, saving the money, and just branched off on my side. And I still had clients during COVID.
Allegedly.
I mean, COVID was just a flu. Like,
you know, when COVID hit, it was making me anxious, and I have this thing where I'd rather get shit over with.
right? Like,
I don't want to wait for shit. Like, even when it was like public speaking in school, I was like, I'll go first. Like,
yeah.
Let me just get the shit the fuck over with.
So you're like, just give me COVID. Like,
I was like,
let's see what's gonna happen.
There was times when I was like, man, I wish I'd just get it, just to get it. Like, there, I'm done. You know.
Yeah.
Like,
it took me a while. It took me like
I got like
2 years later.
Oh yeah, I mean, 2022 is when I got it. Yeah, it was like a little flu or whatever. Like,
I thought I had strep throat.
Oh, okay.
Because I took the little stupid test. I'm like, nothing's wrong, blah, blah. And I'm like, I think I have strep throat. It was bad. And then they're like, I went to the doctor. They're like, oh, no, you have COVID. I'm like, God damn it. But it was just, I was just tired and had a strep throat. But I ended up getting bronchitis afterwards.
Oh, shit.
And I waited so long to fix the bronchitis. So now every single time I get sick, it turns into bronchitis.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I got sick when I came back from New York. So went right to bronchitis. So now I still have like a little bit of a cough, but I wouldn't be able to do this interview. It was last week. I was sounding like Marge Simpson. Like, I felt like real horrible.
I'm a fighter. I was like, oh,
yeah,
she's a smoker too.
It was sounding so bad. Yeah, but I had already like this last year already bronchitis like 3 times already.
Damn, that's
we're only in April. Yeah,
chronic bronchitis.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell? And I'm still going to practice. Like, actually, my last mitt post that I did, look like I'm going ham. Like, outside
today,
of
right?
that, no, that it was like last week that I think it was post. I couldn't breathe the whole time. I was like, wait a minute. Like, I'm like, all right, let's go.
No strength. I saw you were kicking mitts today.
Yeah, Muay Thai. Yeah.
I would not like to be kicked by her.
And my kick was off today because I've been doing a lot of jits because I just got my brown belt. So I was just focusing on that. And I had like a tier 1 strain on my calf like a few months ago. And then even yesterday I have like right here, I hope I didn't break it. And like that's why I was walking down your stairs kind of like wobbly.
I thought you just like leg day or something.
Ow, no. I'm like, it's so black and blue from jits. I'm like, God dang it. So me trying to pivot today, it was hurting. I'm always injured.
I want to do a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but I have like a bad knee and a bad ankle from football injuries.
Yeah.
Or football and then I got jumped. I just know I'm fuck my shit up, and I'm like,
it does hurt. Like I have 2 meniscus tears.
Yeah.
It's all from jits. So I just deal with the pain. Like nighttime, I have like this thing that goes over my knee. It's like a vibration with heat. Like, I think my wife is just used to it now. I got the ceiling fan on. This vibrating.
She's like, you got a toy or something? Yo, that's my knee.
I know. I know.
She's like, let me find out.
I know. She moves closer to it. Like, no.
She's like, let me see. Calls you one day. How you turn this on?
I know. It's warm too. No.
You just hear yourself better in the shower. What?
Yeah,
that's funny.
But there's a lot of injuries.
And
that's where all my injuries come from. Is actually jits.
I just feel like I can't risk like not working. You know, like so I really want to, but like I know my knee is not gonna.
Yeah. What's wrong with your knee?
I had my kneecap dislocated playing football. Okay. And it didn't recover properly. Okay. And then my ankle also, like my foot turned all the way around. I got jumped.
You have nice legs.
Oh, thank you. My foot was turned all the way around. I got jumped. And so it swells up sometimes and then clicks and stuff. Yeah.
You have like no bruises on there. No, nothing.
No.
Nice. What it look like to have nothing on your legs? I have under here some of your bruises and scars and stuff.
I got scars from like when I was younger, like hopping fences and stuff like that.
That was me too, yeah.
But yeah, like just my right leg. I don't know, you can't even tell, but like my right calf is smaller than my left from the, because you know the atrophy.
Yeah.
It doesn't doesn't come back the same.
Yeah.
Shit,
what about boxing? You want to do?
I've done boxing. Okay. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it's like $90 a month.
Oh, where'd you go?
San Diego downtown.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
the boxing club.
I was like $90 a month. That's kind of. I already paid like the gym membership. I was like,
wait, what? So the gym membership was 90 or no?
No. The boxing one was 90, but I paid like 30 for the regular gym, and I was like,
oh, I see. I'm
gonna have to give up one or the other.
Yeah.
So. And I'm old. I'm just like, I'm just gonna go.
You're not that old.
Every time I get up, my knees like.
You're 41?
You're 41, yeah.
So this is my thing. When people are like, well, I'm old. So when were we young? So was it only like from adolescence? Because from adolescence, from teenager to like, so 13 to 18, and then 20s, that's when you're an adult. And then right when you hit 30, that's when we became old? Or what is it, 35 to 40 and you're old? When
40
is it?
probably. Like, no.
But then, so roughly, like, I'm probably going to live until I'm like 80 or 90, to be honest.
I was just thinking this today.
I'm probably going to live until that. So
I'm cool with 60, 70.
No, 60? I train people who look amazing at 60.
No. I'm cool if I make it to 60, 70. Like, if I had a kid right now, 60? Man, I'm like, that's what
I'm saying. If you have a kid right now, you're going to die before
20? That's straight. I only got 10, 12, 13 from my dad. Like, that's a plus. Like, they get to be an adult. I get to teach them how to.
Well, you don't want to see like their kids, see how they go, and then like other than that,
they're like traditional Hispanic and knock them up quick. You know?
Oh no! Oh my god!
I'm just saying, like, I'm okay if I make it to like 7. Like, I don't want to ever be an inconvenience for anybody.
I don't think, for sure. Yeah. I don't think the way I live my life and how I am, I'm going to be inconvenienced at 60. I'm probably still be doing a lot of stuff at that age. Yeah. So I'm saying I'm probably going to live if like nothing crazy happens. I'm probably like 80 or 90 years old. So you're saying I'm going to be old? I'm old? I have like 40, 50 years of being just old? Nah. So you guys can say you're old. I'm still young. 38 is still like, because I have people who I train who are like 60 and something like that. Or we hear other people, they're like, to be your age. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? No, like, everything's relative. Exactly. But it's all in the mind. I've seen some 38-year-olds and I'm like, no, you're treating your body like it. My brother, who's younger than me, looks older than me. It's just the way he treats his body and how he doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah.
Like, I go to the gym and like dudes will be like, I had a trainer. I won a training session. Shout out to dude Eric. He gave me 10 training sessions and he was treating me like I was 20. And I was like, bro, you got it. He's like, and I was like, bro, this is tough. So
and when I'm training with people, when I especially jiu-jitsu, and like when they'll find out they're like, you're what age? I'm like, and they're like 20 something years old, and I'm just as fast, I'm stronger. Like, and for females, you don't hit your prime until like 32, 35 is when you start getting into your prime of like muscles and stuff like that. Yeah, it's later for us for our prime or in our peak. So yeah. I'm still like, especially if you see them in my stuff. I'm running circles around.
I honestly thought you were like in your 20s. Yeah. From like your Instagram, I was like, oh, she's.
Yeah, no.
When you were like, I have a 6-year-old son, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah. When you were 12, I probably know. Because so many people will be like, oh, I didn't know that you were that old. And I'm like, well, first of all, you guys know I have an older kid. They're like, well, you never know nowadays.
Yeah, I'm like, you are Mexican. So.
I'm like, I don't know. But I'm like, no.
I do feel young because my wife is younger than me. So she keeps me young.
Okay.
And I live a very like, I don't want to say young lifestyle, but very like, I don't do old people shit. Yeah. I don't know if that makes any sense. No, like, it does. Yeah. Like I still like to be active. Like I like to jump rope when I go to the gym, and I don't act old, you know, so I don't feel old in that. It's just sometimes, you know, like I'm like, damn, like I can't do what I was doing 10 years ago. Is when I'm like, it's, you know, it's catching up.
Not for me.
Yeah. Respect.
I just never stopped.
Oh, okay.
Even when I was pregnant, I was running still and still doing everything. Literally the day before I had my son.
I mean, 2 weeks and you were like doing.
I know. And also, I was over being pregnant. I barely gained 15 pounds. So
the whole pregnancy? Damn.
I was like, you know what? He was supposed to be born May like 15th, which is after Mother's Day. I was like, nah, I'm not with that. So I induced my own labor. Oh. And I had him May 2nd.
Damn, almost 2 weeks?
Yeah, I was like, he good. Yeah.
He be all right.
he fine. And I had him. That's how if I want something or doing something, I'm going to do it.
Damn, that's what's up. I like that attitude.
You need to come out.
Yo, get this dude. Did you have did you show?
Yeah, towards the end, like I just looked like, it took me forever to show though. And I felt like I was like, in my head, I'm like, did this look like I just had too much beer? Like, you know, like, and I think I didn't start showing till like almost 6 months. That's
Oh,
when, I
shit.
remember that's when some people were like, oh, you know, people come like, oh, you're pregnant.
They're
Like,
like, I
yeah.
thought you
I'm like,
just,
thanks,
you know.
finally, I'm about to give birth right now. But yeah, I showed at the end.
I heard that it's because it's because of the muscles expanding.
Yeah.
The baby's really low for like most of the
time. Yeah.
Most of the time, yeah. It's just like the muscle in the stomach starts to
Yeah.
relax, and so it looks, you know, more panza.
Yeah.
That's crazy though.
Yeah.
So you didn't get like the big old panza picture, and
Not crazy big.
No.
Yeah. I don't even know. Can't even find a picture of it. Yeah. Like I'm very motherly, but I'm not maternal. Meaning like everyone's like, I love being pregnant. I don't like having restrictions, you know, of like my
surprised
body.
you're married.
I know. I do what I want. We just say like, oh yeah, I'm leaning over like that. She gonna move with you? Oh, I hope so.
y'all like, yo, we gonna find out.
No, but just with my body, I don't like restrictions, like of not doing, like when I'm injured, it frustrates me. That means I can't do stuff, you know?
100%.
I'm like, ugh, like knowing what I can do. And like, that's when people are like, you want to be pregnant again? No.
That sounds
like,
horrible.
I'm like, why would I, even though I had a perfect pregnancy, everything was
Yeah.
good, but like, I wouldn't be able to do all the stuff that I do. All my monkey business, jumping around, kicking and
Wrestling and all that.
wrestling and stuff.
I had got a vertigo. Have you ever had that?
I actually have been dealing with vertical attacks lately,
Bro,
and it's bad.
we were driving home from my godson's birthday, and I don't know what it was, but I looked at my wife. I was joking with her, and like I was like, whoa, what was that? Like things started feeling fuzzy, and I was like, all right, I'm all right. And I start to park, and the whole dashboard started spinning.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, yo, it kind of went away. I came home and I sat down. I drank some water. I was like, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And I was, babe, I don't feel good.
Yeah.
And then the room started just
Spinning.
boom. I was like, babe, I'm dying. Call the ambulance. Like I'm dying. Like sell my shoes.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to pay because I'm, you know, it was nice while it lasted.
So my shoes, you do.
Yeah, but it wouldn't go away. So like for
how long did it take?
like a week.
Yeah, it sucks, man. Right?
I couldn't drive.
Oh, you had it bad.
Yeah, like things. It started like coming back slow. Like things would trace each other, like track each other. So like if I moved, they would like slowly.
Oh shoot.
Yeah,
You had
so
it
like
bad.
I couldn't go
Mine's
to the
usually
gym.
just,
I was horrible.
Like I'm on a constant wave. I got it when I was in Bali in November, and I was just like, I had to go like this. So I'm like, is everything feel like what's going on? You know, and it just made me want to throw up a lot. And I was still training. I was training out there, and I was like, ugh. Now I'm getting like spurts of it, so it just goes randomly in and out. And the doctor just said they see it more common of those vertical attacks from people like fighters who's been getting hit in their head so much for so many concussions. I'm getting rattled so much.
That's my wife. She beating me up while I'm
I
sleeping.
know you sleep. You're like,
They actually told me, the nurse was like, did you have COVID? And I was like, yeah. She's like, we're seeing this in a lot of people who got COVID.
I'm like everything on COVID.
Yeah, nah. So are you dying? COVID.
COVID.
I was like, oh, word? She's
COVID.
like, yeah. Like people who, we've been seeing a lot more of it. And yeah, but they had to give me like steroids because I had like, they're saying that like it was like an inflammation or something.
They also say something with imbalance. It could be an imbalance in the ear or something like
the
that.
liquid in the ear.
Yeah. So and then I thought it was like because I'm cleaning my ear too much, I stuck something in there because I love like.
I mean, getting hit in the head probably sounds more plausible.
And when I found that out, it was like the next day I got kneed in my face in practice. I'm like, well, there it goes again.
You're like, did that fix it?
Yeah, I know. Right?
That'd be cool, right?
I know. Like, thanks, you put it back in place. Yeah.
But just like how you're saying, feeling restricted, like I couldn't do shit.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to go somewhere, I couldn't because like my vision was kind of acting weird, or I'd feel like I'd get like these dizzy spells. Even once in a while.
Yeah.
Like I'll feel like whoa.
Yeah.
Relax. That was crazy.
So I tell people when like people who cancels or like my mom, whatever, I'm like, isn't that amazing? You have a chance. You even have a choice to cancel on training or going to work out and doing stuff. There's people who don't have that choice at all and just be like, I wish I could. But I'm like, so having those restrictions, that feeling of not being able to when you don't have the restrictions, that's when you definitely should always say yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, you know, because there's going to be a time where you just can't say yes anymore. You don't have that option.
That luxury.
That luxury of like, it is a luxury to like, you know what, I'm going to go and even walk or do
Yeah.
something or, you know, do whatever. I'm like, there's going to be a moment when you don't have that luxury anymore. So just do it when you can.
Every day I wake up at 5:30 to go to the gym. I hate going to the gym. Like
Why?
the act of going, not being there. I love being
Okay.
there and working out.
Yeah.
Getting up and like
Okay.
looking at my pillow, I was like, that shit looks comfy. Like, do I really want to get up?
Yeah.
No. Once I'm out the door, I'm like, all right.
You're fine.
But I have to like psych myself out. I'm like, stop
Yeah.
being a bitch.
Yeah. I mean,
Get
there's
up.
a lot of times when I'm
Yeah.
like, ugh, especially practice for me sometimes, I'm like, do I really want to get punched in the face today? Especially when I'm getting ready for fights.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what you're doing.
Sparring.
Yeah. Or just like doing like, or it'll be a drill. Slam her on the ground. Get up, Christina. Get up. Get
Yeah.
up. Like, you know, slam her again. Now I'm like, oh my God, you know, do I really want this today?
Yeah.
But, you know.
Do I really want to win?
I don't know. Do I really want, you know, I think that's why a lot of fighters like, was like after a while, like you don't want to just go to practice and get beat up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or have like everyone sweat on you or like, oh, you know, all their body, you know,
All over, you're like,
all over, you know.
it's not even exciting.
The weight cut is actually the worst for me. I don't think anyone likes weight cut, but for me doing like 25, 30 pound weight cuts for so many
That's
years.
insane.
Yeah. I did 25 pounds before in 25 pounds in 20 days. The worst weight cut ever
Did you
in
ever
my
have
life.
any like serious issues with that? Because
Yeah, that one I did.
it shuts down your kidneys.
Yeah, so
and-
I had started having kidney failures afterwards. I was like on quite a few pills to kind of regulate it again. I couldn't keep down any food. I just kept on throwing it up. But that weight cut, I remember we do these crazy baths. I don't know if you ever heard of the baths that fighters do to like cut the last weight.
Yeah.
And it's like 90% of alcohol, 2 bottles, they put it in the bathtub and what it does, and close all the windows and everything. And it makes you pour out every ounce
From your
of
pores,
liquid that you
yeah.
have. And literally when I did that one, I thought I was going to die in there. 'Cause
Damn.
people have died doing the bath.
That's
Because I
crazy.
was like, my heart was just racing and then it'll stop, like go slow. And I'm like,
Oh,
I think
shit.
I'm going to pass. And I remember I had to go run again. And I remember I lost my eyesight when I was running. And I'm like, I can't see anymore. And so we finally did the bath and I made weight. And it was I'm like, I never, ever want to do this again. And I like stepped back from fighting for a little bit. And then I was like, I don't want to, if I have to fight at 125 again, I don't want to do it. And then, so I backed off from MMA for like a year or two just because of that weight cut. And then bare knuckle fighting, bare knuckle.
Yeah, you got into that.
Reached out and I was like, what? I ain't doing that crazy stuff. The hell? I mean, I like my face, you know?
Like, I'm a little tomboy, but I'm still
dang,
pretty.
you know? But then I was like, wait, how much are you going to pay? And I was like, so I ended up doing it. Thank God I won in the second round.
God. I said, thank God.
Thank God I won in the second round. And
Knockout?
TK, technical knockout,
right.
yeah. They stopped because bare knuckle, like, as soon as I seen it open up, I just attacked that eye, and then it was just opening, so they stopped it because she was about to lose her eye. Yeah. So that fight was at 135. I'm like, ooh, I like this weight.
Yeah.
You know, even though it's still a cut, so I don't go any lower than 135 now.
And did you have to tell like the UFC like, hey, I want to do it at 135 or?
You kind of, if you don't say yes to fights, you're off.
Oh,
Yeah.
no shit.
You're by, and also if they don't really care for like how your persona is, they'll start guiding you. They'll have you try to say no, so you can get cut. To be honest,
Really?
Meaning, like what?
Is it to like rotate different girls?
If you're not a big ticket seller, or if you're like one of those like, I mean, thank goodness. What's her name? That just retired.
Oh, wow.
Amanda
Nunez.
Thank
Nunez.
God she was kicking, like killing everyone, because Dana's not really about that look and how it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because if not, she would have been off. It was more about Ronda in the beginning. And
You
they
said
were
she was
picking,
crying,
choosing
yeah.
her fights where they know that she was going to win because she's good. She's a good ticket sell.
Ronda Rousey. Yeah.
Yeah. And one of the girl, Nico, who won the Ultimate Fighter, she was injured. And she told the UFC, like, I'm injured. I can't fight the next one. They were like, well, if you don't fight, and it was against Shevchenko, you're cut.
Damn.
And then she was like, but they're like, well, I'm injured and there's something's going on like with my body. Like, I know I can't make that weight. I know I can't. Like, nothing's going on, whatever. They forced her. She didn't make the weight, as she said. It's on her documentary. And they cut her.
Damn, that's foul.
They make you, like, they'll force you to, like, into a corner where you have to say yes or no to not either win or not fight.
That's crazy.
If they don't care for it. And she was more like from the Indian reservation. She's all about her people. Very kind of reserved as well. Not a good ticket seller person. She's really like that. So let's get her off.
That sucks.
Yeah. They're about the money. It's about marketing. To be honest, they're about the money. Who's going to, why they let Conor McGregor, Dana is getting away with USADA. You know who USADA is?
Yeah.
Just because they know that he's not going to pass a drug test. And he's like, USADA, they're trying to like pinpoint all the people, whatever. We're going to get away with them because Bellator and all them don't use USADA. It's just random, So UFC used to because they wanted to be as clean as possible. But we know McGregor can't.
Nah, he was juiced up.
Yeah, so they're getting rid of USADA. So he can he's a good ticket sell. Do what you got to do to sell those tickets.
That's
it's about
crazy,
money.
Though. But I feel like low key, it sounds like they're more disrespectful towards the women fighters than.
I can only say from the woman, like on our side, what goes on and who I won't say names, but she lost like 2 in a row, or 2 or 3, and that usually means you're cut. But she's so pretty and she's so out there. They kept her on for longer than they needed to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I think she's amazing. She's a great person. And we were on the same show together, but she should have been cut a long time ago. But
3 in a row. I mean,
so
that's kind of pushing it.
But it's what sells. And she was a big ticket sell as well. So it just depends.
It does come down to the entertainment side of it.
1,000%. And I get it. No harm, no foul. I know how the world works. Yeah.
I mean, it sucks though, because
it is what it is.
Do you have an option? Can they call you up one day and was like, "Yo, you want to come fight?"
Well, I'm not on the roster anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, and all the other little, like, there's other little ones like the sisters and stuff for like it was like Invicta, or I fought, my last one was through on UFC Fight Pass. You can do all those, but if the money's not right and the weight's not right, the timing's not right, I won't say yes. Like, I fought so long, I don't have to prove it. I've made it to the top. Like, now it has to make sense, because when I'm in fight camp, that's all that matters. And I'm just zoned in. So that has to, and I step away from my business. I got to cut weight. I got to do all that. So it got to make sense.
Oh, for sure. Financially.
Yeah, it has to make sense. 1,000, because even though you get paid 12, 15,000,
you still got to pay coaches and
taxes.
And
Lord.
So like
taxes 45%. Are no joke.
Gone.
When I was on Ultimate Fighter show, they taxed me $15,000.
Damn.
15,000. Yeah, I haven't seen a tax
Isn't
return.
That in Vegas though?
Yeah. But I live here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I got
you got to get a different address, girl.
Yeah, I live here though, but that's why I don't remember. People were like, "Oh, income taxes." Yeah, I'm like, I haven't seen a return in I don't know how long. Even with a kid, I'm like, good Lord.
When people brag about like tax return, I'm like, you really low key expose yourself.
Yeah. One person the girl was like, "Oh, I got my money. I'm gonna go on a trip." I was like, "Dang, you don't make that much to get that much money."
Low key, right?
Yeah, like, I haven't seen. You're like, I haven't seen a return for her. I'm like, this last year, I was like, "Whew, I only got paid back $5,000." Yes, like,
Facts. My tax guy's like, "You owe $1,200," and I was like, "Oh,
yeah."
Like, I could do that. Like,
yeah, and I'm just like, I've been trying to write off everything, but they were like, just know when you want to buy a home though, you're not gonna have to. You're not gonna be able to write off all this stuff, because I'm gonna see like you're a loss.
Yeah,
I'm like, because I have 1099s. Like, those 1099s is what kills me.
100%.
Yeah. I'm like, Lord.
You ain't gonna hit up like Planet Fitness or something. Get a little regular schmegular W-2 job or something.
Right? That doesn't even help me. Yeah. But it is what it is. Yeah, if I don't like it, move to Florida. I was thinking about it.
Oh, your son's gonna be out there. So?
I know. New York, the tax is still the same. Yeah,
taxes are bad. Yeah, you're not escaping taxes.
Yeah,
for sure.
I know. But yeah, if you have a fight that's like 12,000, whatever, you got to pay out everyone, and that whole time you're not like, I'm stepping away from clients. I'm stepping away from a lot of stuff. So it's almost like, how much am I really making?
After
almost
paying
nothing, out.
Huh?
Yeah. Or until you get like those bonuses, until you get whatever. Yeah, a lot of places. Yeah, and you like even if you let's say you only fought once or twice in that year, it sounds nice like 20,000 or whatever, but what? Like
I feel like a lot of fighters talk about that, how like they don't make shit.
Yeah, and you don't have health insurance. I think if you're signed to like UFC or whatever, if you're on their roster, you should have health insurance through them.
Like I feel like it benefits them,
like
to make sure you're healthy to fight.
So a lot of times you have insurance through the organization 2 days after the fight. So a lot of us will hold an injury through the fight to say we got injured or whatever
during the fight,
so you can get that looked at. Because if not, you're just paying out of pocket the whole time. Most of the time, like we're all injured.
When they were torn ACL, like it happened
in the fight. Gotta fix
it.
Or just get I remember another one I had to get a cortisone shot on my shoulder just to be able to punch because it fell on it and it popped. Yeah, but if I don't fight and I did all that work, I'm like a week or two out. There goes all that work and no money. You know, so
and still injured.
Yeah, you shoot it up. You know? That's what sucks too. I'm like, oh, and honestly, I do so much more, like financially, a little bit better than just being a fighter.
So, like, realistically, you could not fight and be.
Oh, I'm
like,
good.
You're good.
I'm good. If I fight again, or if I do something, it's only because I just have the itch. Because I really want to. And I want to cross over to boxing completely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just before I like.
Is it for safer or
less injuries?
Yeah,
and I don't have to worry about just one like practice. One, with MMA, you got to go to so many different practices, so many different coaches. You got to do your jits, you got to do your wrestling, you got to do your stand up, you got to do all of that stuff. Boxing is just boxing.
Just stand up. Yeah.
Just go one gym, one. It's just a little bit easier.
You think your stand-up's nice? Like
clean.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. For an MMA fighter, I think I have one of the best stand-ups. Yeah.
I feel like the women fighters usually like more stand-up than. I mean, there was like the Ronda Rousey who always wanted to take people.
It really depends on where I don't know. You see a lot of jits. The most important practice in MMA is wrestling. Yeah. Wrestling is the most important in MMA. But honestly, I think a lot of people, MMA fighters crossing over to boxing, it's a whole nother world because it's just, a lot of their punches are not as accurate, not as like clean as a boxer. Yeah. But I think I can just be not thinking well about myself, but I am. I think my boxing is pretty clean.
Sharp.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially because I did bare knuckle fighting. I just went straight to a whole boxing gym and just focused on that. Like I trained for like good 4 or 5 months. And yeah, I think my stand-up.
Did she hit you?
I think like maybe once. I don't know.
I was gonna say.
I think what helps me too from being a track runner or just explosive, just I'm in and out on my feet. Oh, okay. So I'm really quick. Like I'm there and then I'm out or coming, And I know I hit hard for my weight, so I would love to do a boxing fight. Yeah,
that's dope. Mm-hmm. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Get her, Christina.
All my losses are more from my ground, which is crazy because now I'm a brown belt. Yeah, but it took some time for me to be like, all right, because I only for the longest just practiced my stand up. When I was on Ultimate Fighter Show, I was known for my Muay Thai. That's what I'm known for is Muay Thai. It's my stand up. Anytime some people like, I'm gonna stand up with they say that. Yeah. And then when we were in there and I throw my first couple of punches, they're like, oh, wait. Yeah. I'm like, all right, let's go for it. Because I'll bang with you if you want to, or I'll, pick my punches. But yeah, that's what I'm known for is my stand-up.
And they would just take you down.
Yeah. And then I'm like, wait, I got to learn this ground stuff. And then so I just kind of devoted a lot to jits. And brown belt's pretty high now. So
yeah, that's like the next is black, right?
Yeah.
But is it like you have to go through like
so much training, so much stuff. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. I think that's dope.
Yeah.
Just like the whole thing is, I think it's dope, fighting and stuff.
Takes a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes a lot out of you.
Takes a lot. Yeah.
Just like knowing you're going to get punched.
Yeah. I always tell someone, when you get like in a little confrontation with someone or like a little talk or whatever, those little butterflies or that little feeling you get. When you sign a contract, you got that feeling pretty much the whole time until you fight. And that person is literally studying you, how to like beat you.
Yeah.
You know, so you're in there and just knowing that person knows everything that you're bad at, know everything what to do, whatever. And yeah, so it's more of a mental thing than anything.
Like
A lot of people in the beginning of their careers, like amateur fights, don't even show up. I've had so many fights in my beginning of the career, even professionally with the little small venues like out here. Day of fight, no show.
Damn.
It was like 3 or 4 of them, and that sucks. That's even worse than losing a fight. Because you do all that work, still don't get paid.
Like even if you lose, you learn something.
You learned something,
yeah.
or you fought, you did something. And back in the day, you had to do your little ticket sales to get extra money.
Shit.
So all those people are coming and watching. You got, sorry guys,
sorry.
Yeah, and I feel bad for them. And so
scammer.
Yeah, so I'm people won't even show up because it's a whole mind thing. You know, It takes a special individual to just walk in there.
For sure.
Yeah, it's a mental thing, and you lose or something happens, you know how many times you replay it in your head? And by time you're going to go back in to redeem yourself, sometimes it takes 6-8 months.
It still sits there. Like
it sits there. It's not like in an NBA or baseball, you didn't have a great game. 2-3 days later, you're going to go ahead and play and, you can fix it. Or if you mess up, someone's in there and can help that. Oh, you missed that, shot. Oh, I got your rebound or something like that. Nah, you mess up in there and then it's done. You know,
yeah, imagine losing 2 in a row. You're like,
yeah. So it just, you're just in your thoughts the whole time. It's a lonely sport.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, damn, I suck.
Yeah.
And you can't go into the next fight thinking that. I'm going to get knocked out and shit. Fuck.
So, yeah.
That's a interesting journey you're on.
Yeah.
The good thing is you're training, though. Like, training people. And
yeah,
stuff like
for
that.
sure. That's what I love to do. I love absolutely training people. I'm back in school to be a certified nutritionist. I'm all about more of the nutrition factor. Just figuring out the body. Everyone's different. And I love just seeing the results. I love just seeing that. And I believe that's the way your legacy keeps on living, is through what you learn and stuff like that into someone else, and it'll pass it on, My grandmother passed when she was 65. And I think if she was a little bit healthier or knew stuff, she could have fought those little being sick and doing stuff. But she didn't know. Coming from Zacatecas, you just eat whatever, eat with lard, you do all that stuff, And
those Mexican meals be crazy.
Yeah. And she was trying to change a little bit because I was teaching her, I was getting into training, but maybe if she knew a little bit sooner, she would have been here longer, So that's what I'm trying to teach other people.
I mean, yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
I think obviously, my nutrition is probably my biggest setback. But I think the stuff that I have learned kind of keeps me a little bit in check. Because I think if I would have not known any of that, this could have gone way out of control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's actually easier for people to work out than actually change their nutrition.
Oh, 100%.
It's easy to go lift some
I can
weight.
go, yeah.
But because it's only maybe an hour or something out of your 24 hours a day, But to change your whole relationship with food and the way you eat and the concept of it, that takes a lot.
Yeah.
And it's not just an easy fix.
It's
the whole
not.
thing. It's little things a lot of time. I always tell people, don't look at the big picture. One little thing, if it's water. Okay, today, this month we're going to focus on water. Next month we're going to focus on maybe not eating that or not doing that. And I just go and just dial it in and figure it out.
It's hard. I think my biggest crutch is snacks. Because I'll have a good breakfast, just eggs. My lunch will be a protein, maybe some rice or potatoes.
Yeah.
It's the in-betweens and I'll come home and I'm well, we got the snack, killing me.
Just don't buy them.
But then I'm at the store, I was what?
Oh, yeah. I know.
You hit the gym 4 times this week.
People come to my house after we go out or something. They're your house is the worst to come out home. And I remember they'll have eat my son's snack. We're we're going to eat his snack. Who has his house? I can cook some lentil soup for you. Who wants lentil soup after going out?
Right? I want tacos, girl. Give me something with greasy.
Yeah, and I actually was vegan for 7 years. I just started eating meat again in January.
How'd that feel?
It was okay. And the reason why I had to go back is because my blood is O, so meaning that's probably the worst thing for an person to go vegan.
Because of the iron?
Yeah. I'm a bad anemic as well. So I was just working on fumes the whole time, and then my cholesterol was crazy low. This is the opposite for most people, so that means no supplement was going to help me regulate that because you need to be even. And I was just tired of being tired and just running on fumes. I was do everything I had to do, but Just started eating meat, and now I'm like, I miss this. I really did miss this.
Steak or something.
Yeah.
I could never go vegan.
Yeah. Pescatarian. So I was like pescatarian vegan for 7 years, then went pescatarian as I was coming out of being vegan, and then went back to.
But it wasn't like on no like save the animals.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. Mm-hmm. Oh my God.
No, not really save the animals. To be honest,
like
no.
Stop killing.
No,
animals.
It was more about the industry.
Oh,
the industry.
how it's made and all
how they like where they am. So I'm very picky on where now, and that's even more expensive habit that I'm doing now. Where's it coming from? What the like? And so I don't buy from certain brands. Locally, I'll know where did the cow come from? You know. So yeah.
I never think about that.
I do.
Like,
especially all the crap they put into that. You know, when they butcher like your meat, they let the blood come out of it because they don't want. It's not good to have all that blood in there. So when you see it in the grocery store, really red and vibrant because it looks really good to your eye. It's just this. I forgot the name of it.
It's like a dye or something.
Yeah, to make it look good.
What?
Yeah, because it looks good off the eye. It's good to sell.
Yeah.
Just like all the fruits with that shiny apple. It's just wax.
You have to. I rub them down. Yeah.
It's just wax.
Yeah.
Because it looks good to the eye, you know? So it's all the stuff they put in there. There's been chickens before running around with no heads because why do you need a head? So they like grow them differently and a couple more legs, couple more whatever, you know?
Steroids.
Yeah. And then you're eating it.
Did you know in Mexico if like the cereal doesn't have cartoon characters on it because they don't want to target the kids?
That's good.
Yeah. Anything that's like high in sugar,
cereal in the house.
They won't. They're not allowed to put like cartoon characters on it because they don't want it. They don't want kids to be attracted to it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I know. That's good though.
But here it's like the opposite.
United States is the worst. But you had to think about it. Like if we're all healthy,
it's all money here.
Yeah, if we're all healthy, who's going to help with the doctors and all farms? Like you know, all they're going to do. We need us to be unhealthy.
That's true.
Yeah.
Medicine.
Yeah.
Now we get digging into like conspiracies and shit. The fucking big pharma.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, how they're gonna make money?
Yeah.
Need us to be sick.
They try to push everything on you, like
everything.
Not too long ago,
like, what happened? Here's this pill. I'm like, what? Like, why are you still pushing so many pills on people?
Not too long ago, I had like I know, like when I started going to the gym, I started learning my body, like feeling things and be like, okay, that's not normal.
Yeah.
So I had like a headache one day and I was like, I don't get headaches. Like I've been drinking water, I don't get headaches. And I started feeling like feverish. So I took my temperature and it was starting to climb.
Yeah.
And I had like a pain in my side and I was like, this ain't normal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna go get checked out. And the first thing they were like, here, take this for the pain. I'm like, what are you giving me? She's like, it's for the pain. I was like, I'm not in here for pain. Like,
yeah. Can you tell me why?
I just don't feel well. Like, what do you? She's like, so you don't want to take it? I was like she already had the syringe. And I was like,
wow.
And took it out and I was like, put that back in. I don't want that. Yeah. And she's like, she starts laughing. She's off real. I was like, I don't want that. But don't give me that. I didn't say I was in pain. You don't hear me screaming.
They're so quick for that. Yeah.
Like, yo, chill out.
Yeah.
Put that $100 back in the bottle. I'm paying for that. Go run it up on the insurance.
I know. You get a bill. Like, what the?
I should have took a picture like receipts. I told her to put it back. Nah, man, they be trying to push all kinds of drugs on you. I don't like taking pills or anything like that.
Did you get vaccinated?
I did, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I identify as being vaccinated.
So you did? Oh, you did it.
We could say that now, right?
You got the fake sleeve.
Yeah, I did not get vaccinated. Yeah. Neither did my son. I just, and thank goodness the schools didn't enforce. Oh,
really? I thought they did.
Some did, but my San Diego Unified School District, they were trying to, but it didn't pass in the courts. And after a while, you don't hear no one talk about like, oh, you're vaccinated. That was weird too. You're vaccinated, you're not. Yeah, like, and so a lot of times I didn't want to press. And like, if you are, you are. You want to do it, you don't want to do it, whatever. So a lot of times I would be like, oh, I know, huh? Or like, I wouldn't say I was or wasn't. I just let people talk how they want.
It's funny how people want to know that, huh?
Yeah.
Like that's
but people
personal.
know like I'm very like reserved, so they didn't bluntly ask me. Yeah. But it was funny because I remember my dad still lived here. I was still traveling and doing stuff, which was the best during COVID because everyone was shut down. You get your private little tours and whatever. And I remember my stepmom didn't really like, you had to have a mask on. She had this blue light going over stuff. But like, and I'm like, and they probably think I was going to want to give him COVID or something because I was still traveling doing stuff. It was her own damn daughter who went like out to eat and got him all COVID. And it wasn't even me. I was dying. I'm like, oh, the one that didn't get vaccinated, the one that the one that was still living her life. You know what's funny? I am very healthy, you know, and I did still do so much. So it took me so long. My son never got COVID. Never.
I heard. You said you got it?
I got COVID, but like probably like
years later,
3 years later,
Yeah, we didn't get it till like 2020, early 20. I remember the day because it was my boy's birthday, and he's not vaccinated, but and then he's big on like the whole not being, and he gave us COVID on his birthday. It was funny is that we went out to dinner and he wasn't sitting that close to us, but afterwards he's like, "What's up? Let's keep going." And it was during. It was like 2020, I think 2021 maybe. I was like, well, let's go back to my crib. So we were at my little table and we were like.
Yeah. And I actually think I got it from someone that was vaccinated because the whole thing, people think because they're vaccinated, they can't give it or get it. And I'm like, no, it's you guys walking around thinking that. Like, I was still if I was sick, especially when I was with trained people, I would test myself every week to make sure I'm not or if I felt something, I'll stay away. I'll wear my mask. And like, I did all those things. But I felt like when people were vaccinated, they felt more free. And I'm like, you guys can still like.
They're like, what mask?
Yeah, you can still give it. And I got it from someone who was vaccinated. I'm like, all right.
I went to so we went to dinner with him, and then the next day we went to a bar, and it was full. And like a bunch of people that I was there with ended up getting it. So like, I don't know if really. Yes, because he was like, "Yo, I got it."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn!" But my friends who were at the bar got it too.
Oh,
so I was just like, "Damn, everybody's getting this shit." Yeah.
And then I was like, "Wait, that was it?" Like,
I was kind of like, a little time off from work.
But a lot of people passed. A lot of people really got affected from it. So I'm not saying that it wasn't a big deal or anything like that. But a lot of people die from getting the flu as well.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I've only had the flu as an adult once.
Yeah, I only got the flu once after I got the shot. I'm never getting that damn flu shot again.
I've never gotten that.
Yeah, I got it once because I went to the doctor for something. And she's like, "You want to get the flu shot
while you're here?"
And I was like, sure. Got sick. I'm like, I ain't doing that again.
I was gonna go to Bali, and you have to take a bunch of get a bunch of shots.
No, I just came from Bali.
You didn't get a bunch of shots? I was going to go with my friends, and there was like a tetanus shot, or I don't know. It was like some shots that
I just came from Bali in November.
I got like 3 shots.
Oh.
And I didn't end up going, but my friend got sick.
Oh,
so you're probably gonna get sick, and I didn't. I didn't get sick.
Bali, they call it the Bali water or whatever like that. So just don't like. Even we got bottles of water and put it in a cup to like brush your teeth, like because the water is like not good at all. And like none of us got sick. I got vertigo when I was out there, but yes,
that's better than diarrhea though.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
crippling diarrhea.
They didn't say that we need to get anything.
Really?
Yeah.
I ended up
getting a couple. How long was that?
This was in 2018.
Oh, maybe that's why.
I don't know. They were just like, "Yo, take these. Like, it's recommended." I even
probably because it's recommended, but you didn't have to.
No, I didn't have to.
Oh, okay.
It was I was like, when I used to do it back then for work, I was talking to a doctor. And I was like, "Hey, I'm going to Bali. What should I take as a precaution?" And he's like, take these. You can go to CVS and they'll do them and stuff. I was like, all right.
Money-wise, this is water in there.
Right? Placebo effect.
Yeah. You'll be good.
I didn't end up going, but...
I know if you go to Africa, for sure.
Really?
You got to get some stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's like you don't want to bring nothing back.
Yeah.
And you don't want to give them something they're not used to.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Everything's drugs.
Yeah.
Everything has fentanyl.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh.
That's dope. I ain't gonna keep you too long. I appreciate you, Christina.
Sure.
I had a really fun conversation with you.
Me too.
Combated me on the gun thing. Whatever. Yeah. She's anti-vaxxer, whatever.
I know. She don't like guns. She don't like nothing.
Where's your MAGA hat? I said.
I know, right? Oh my God.
No, I'm playing. If you ever fight, I would love to go check it out.
Sure. I'll let you know.
I'll be right there for it.
Yeah.
Let them know your Instagram so they can find you and hit you up for some training.
X Tina Marks, pretty much. Yeah.
There you go.
That's all it is. Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Until next time. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah. You looking for me, you can find me at the spot. Chopping it up with Jonah, we talking about what's hot on the block. Up in Dago, man, we bumping. Keeping it confidential, you notice how we coming, we in front. Looking for that real, better tune in and stick by. Put on for the city every time that I dip by. Getting to that gritty every time that we sit down. Promise you it's real every time that I get round. Come on. Been in the field playing, we